As you all know, today is a blessed day for all of us. It is New Year and also Kalpataru Day. So wish you all happy New Year of 2024. So this Kalpataru Day is a very interesting anecdote we get in our mythology. Kalpataru. Taru means it is a tree or a plant. Kalpataru means, according to the mythology, there is a tree called which is in heaven. Below that tree, if you sit and whatever you wish, all your desires are fulfilled. So for an example, if you ask for children, they will ask you need so many chocolates and cake or pastries. Yes, that is done. And some like little adolescents, they say they need 2-wheelers or 4-wheelers. That is also done. Someone wants gold, someone wants riches and all. Everything is done basically. So that is what Kalpataru, wish fulfilling. And in January 1st, 1886, Sri Ramakrishna was shifted from Dakshineshwar, that is temple complex, from the outskirts of Calcutta, that is a house called, in the locality called Kashipur. So Kashipur house. There Sri Ramakrishna was taken care and medical assistance was given. He had accepted lot of sin of the people. As a result, he had to bear all the problems of the sins, and as a result, his health was not good, and he had a throat cancer. Now, when we are not, we are not well, we have got a fever, we have got a cold, or running nose, immediately we go down, and we feel bad, we feel morose, and etc. But in Sri Ramakrishna's case, he had a throat cancer, and his body was reduced into just a skin and a skeleton, because he was unable to take food. Even a cup of water was also very difficult, but he was always with joy. His disciples and the devotees who were used to stay with him, who used to nurse with him, and they said, not a single day, or not even a moment or a second, even at that circumstances, we never saw any morose in the Sri Ramakrishna's face. He was always happy, he was always joyful, he was always blissful. Yes, as a body has got some suffering, body is undergoing suffering, but I am the self, I am the consciousness, I am the Atman, I am beyond or above this suffering. So that was his state of mind. And January 1st being a holiday in those days also, few devotees had come to meet Sri Ramakrishna and to just have a darshan. And it was mid-afternoon at 3 p.m. That's the reason we are starting our event also at 3 p.m. here. So 3 p.m. Sri Ramakrishna felt that the day it was a bit better. So as a result, with the help of 1 or 2 devotees, he came down from the first floor to the ground floor, and he started coming, and he started slowly walking in the grass lawn. There one of his disciples, Girish Chandra Ghosh, he was a dramatist, and he was a great accomplished musician or accomplished author. He has written a beautiful, wonderful dramas, and he brought a big change in the Bengal literature. Sri Ramakrishna went in front of him and he said, "Oh Girish, I am hearing that you are," because he never used to say I, he always used to show to his body and used to say this. And he said, "You were saying something that I am incarnation, I am prophet, something about this. So what did you think? What did you understand? Can you explain?" Girish Chandra Ghosh already had got that literary capacity. With a with the folded hands, he said, "The great Brahmarshi, the Brahmagnani, Valmiki, he wrote a 24,000 slokas, which is of Ramayana, but unfortunately he couldn't explain fully who is Rama." And Vedavyasa, again one more great Maharshi, great Rishi, he wrote 100,000 slokas explaining the Krishna's life and Krishna's greatness, but still he couldn't complete the greatness of the Krishna. The great people like Vasishtha or Valmiki or Vedavyasa, they didn't explain you, or they couldn't explain who are you. Now we have descended as a Sri Ramakrishna, who was Rama, who was Krishna. Now so the same divinity, the same consciousness has descended as Ramakrishna. Then what else I can say? I am a common person. So he showed that love, he showed that devotion, he showed that humbleness. So it was a very spontaneous, and it was very natural, and it was very common. Sri Ramakrishna, moved by the Girish, love and affection, or the devotion, divine love basically. So Sri Ramakrishna, we always know his mind is to be always very sensitive, and any small spark or small incident is enough to go to the bhava samadhi or the spiritual trance. The same, the devotion of the Girish Chandra Ghosh remembered the consciousness of the supreme consciousness. Immediately again he went to that divine consciousness state, which is trance, divine trance, or it is called bhava samadhi. He went to bhava samadhi, and the spiritual vibrations started spreading the entire atmosphere. The whole atmosphere was filled with divine current or spiritual current. People started, devotees started feeling that divine, vibrations. Then he made a beautiful, as just a 4 or 5 word a sentence. Tumader Chaitanya ho. He told in a Bengali, Tumader Chaitanya ho. Means, may you all you be illumined. So he started touching one by one, and he started telling, blessing everyone, saying that may you all be illumined. Now when the divine touch of Sri Ramakrishna, who was descended as an incarnation of the prophet with a great spiritual power, when he started touching every individual, they started feeling the experience. And some of them, their Kundalini Shakti, we say, Kundalini Shakti started getting awakened. Some of them were speechless. Some of them started crying. Some of them started laughing or screaming or shouting like with a devotion, Jai Ramakrishna, Jai Ramakrishna. Some of them brought some nearby flowers and they offered at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. There are like, for example, 2 or 3 examples I can give. Some of the devotees used to say that earlier when we used to sit for meditation, our concentration was not very good. And we were not able to visualize, we are not able to experience the divinity or the with form or without form, the God completely. But whereas on that day when the Sri Ramakrishna touched us, from that day onwards, we used to have a deep meditation. We used to experience the divinity. We used to experience the consciousness. We used to experience the Supreme Spirit. So like that everyone, their spiritual journey, it went very far, and their inner consciousness or the divinity got exemplified. And that's the reason some of the devotees started observing that day as Kalpataru Day. Means because that day over the devotees were there, for all of them he blessed, and whatever their desires were there, everyone's desires were fulfilled. And very interestingly, most of them, they all asked for spirituality only. But among the devotees, 2 were there, they wanted even the materialistic benefits, like gold or a rich or a power and position or name and fame or whatever. So 2 devotees were there. The 2 devotees asked, we want some healthy materialistic profits, materialistic benefits. And Sri Ramakrishna blessed, may your desires be, may your prayers be fulfilled. So all their prayers be fulfilled. That's how from that day onwards we started worshipping or observing January 1st as a Kalpataru Day. One of his apostles of Sri Ramakrishna is Swami Shardananji. He writes beautifully in the biography of Sri Ramakrishna. This is a Kalpataru Day observing is nice, no doubt it is good, but I say it is a Atma Prakash Divas or Abhaya Pradhan Divas. It is the day of blessing of fearlessness. Why? Because the moment when we got the spiritual blessings from Sri Ramakrishna, the devotees, whoever they got, from that day onwards, they stop fearing about the fear of death. In the whole of life, if you see, the greatest fear for all of us, either you are a president of the Ireland, president of America, or you are a multimillionaire, every one of us, we fear for death, which is in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we call it is called Abhinivesha, fear of death. Because no one wants, though every one of us, we know that we die someday, but none of us, we want to die. We want to live eternally. So that is called fear of death. And that day when Sri Ramakrishna blessed the devotees, they win over this fear of death. From that day onwards, even death comes, they started welcoming it. Never mind, because I have got the blessings from Sri Ramakrishna. That's why his disciples say that it is a Abhaya Pradhan Divas. Means Sri Ramakrishna bestowed through blessings the fearlessness for every devotee. And one more thing, very subtly, if you read or if you meditate on this beautiful incident, it is according to me, it is a self-revelation. Understanding ourselves is a greater problem for all of us, we know that. understanding my strength, understanding my weakness, understanding my nature, it is always a challenging for all of us. The moment we can understand to larger extent, we can definitely manage ourselves, manage our life, manage others also. So understanding my own mind, my own life is very difficult, then forget about the divinity. I am divine, but still I am not able to understand, I am not able to experience. Then the supreme power has descended on this earth, then understanding them, it is much more difficult. For example, if you read Ramayana, the life story of Rama, only 11 rishis, we get the list of 11 rishis, the saints, who were able to understand the greatness of Rama during his life. So same thing we can see in the Bhagavata or Mahabharata, very handful of people who could understand what is the greatness of the Krishna. That's why in Krishna he says in Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam, evam evetti tattvataha, tektva deham punarjanma, naiti mameti socha. Who, my birth, my work, everything is divine. Whoever understands this, they will not have any more birth. So this is the January 1st, Kalpataru Day, is a self-revelation. Sri Ramakrishna had already told a few years before for Holy Mother, the time when it comes to end my incarnation activity, then I will publicly, openly, I will show who am I. So this January 1st, 1886 was the self-revelation day. He publicly, he announced who is he. Because only Avatara Purushas only can take all of our prarabdha karma. We can get some like someone doesn't have a progeny, if the saint blessed, he can have a progeny. Someone wants to have the earthly riches, saints, if they bless, they can have all that. But free from the cycle of samsara, that is birth and death, or our prarabdha karma, who can withdraw it or who can take away? It is only Avatara Purusha. It is only either prophet or the incarnation. So on that January 1st, Sri Ramakrishna, by blessing all of them, he took away all of their prarabdha karma. So no more birth and no more death for them. That is the last life for all the devotees, whoever that day blessed. And if you study the life history of all the householder devotees, if you see, definitely they never had a birth, and not only that, very interesting point is, most of the families, they came extinct. Oh, that means if you come to Sri Ramakrishna, the family will become extinct. It is better not to go there. Is it so? No. Because they got moksha or mukti, that's how the families didn't continue, much of them, except few, most of them they didn't continue. Because abhaya pradam. So that samsara chakra, that is what punarapi jana, punarapi maranam in Bhajagovindam we see, that is birth and death, that was cleared. The child was removed. No more birth and no more death. So Sri Ramakrishna publicly, he announced that day, who am I? It is a self-revelation. So you can say Kalpataru Divas, or you can say Abhay Pradhan Divas, or you can say Swaprakash Divas. Of course, it's a simple Sanskrit. So it is like wish-fulfilling day, or the self-revelation day, or bestowing the fearlessness. So such a beautiful day it is. So we shall assemble this for 10 minutes. We shall try to meditate, and we shall try to experience the divine presence more and more in our heart, and the spiritual vibes we shall go. So let us all sit straight in a comfortable position. Slowly and steadily take a deep breath, and slowly and steadily exhale, breathe. Inhale and exhale. Exhale and inhale. Let us all inhale the positivity, strength, love, peace. Let us all exhale the restlessness of the mind, weakness of the mind, and all the negative feelings or emotions from our body and mind. Inhale the positivity, strength and strength, love. Exhale the weakness, restlessness of the mind, and all the negative emotions. Feel that, experience the divinity in and outside of your body, in the place where are you living now, in the entire universe. The whole universe is pervaded by the divine consciousness, Supreme Spirit. Feel that you are floating in the divine consciousness. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the thoughts or emotions. I am the divine self. I am that Atman. Feel that more and more. I am the Atman self, not the body and mind. With the divine self, Supreme Self, we shall all pray for the welfare of ourselves, family people, relatives, friends, and for every being on this entire universe. O Lord, kindly bestow your choicest blessings on every being on this entire universe. Let everyone be happy. Let everyone be cheerful. Let everyone be blissful. Let the peace and prosperity prevail in every way. Send these positive currents, positive thoughts to the different corners of the world. Feel that Supreme Self, Sri Ramakrishna, in your heart or in any other form, and pray, offer your prayers to Him and seek His blessings on this auspicious day.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Blessed to chant few Veda Suktas today. The first one I will be chanting is the Narayana Suktam, then I will be chanting the Durga Suktam. Om Sahasrashirsham Devam Vishwaksham Vishwashambhuvam Vishwam Narayanam Devam Aksharam Paramam Padam Vishwadah Paraman Nityam Vishwam Narayanagum Harim Vishwamevedam Purushastat Vishwamupajayvati Patim Vishwasyatmeshwaragum Shashvatagum Shivamachyudam Narayanam Mahatmeyam Vishwatmanam Parayanam Narayana Paro Jyotiratma Narayana Paraha Narayana Param Brahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha Narayana Paro Dhyata Dhyanam Narayana Paraha Yachha Kinchit Jagat Sarvam Drushyate Shuyate Piva Antarvahicchatat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitaha Anantamavyayam Kabigam Samudrentam Vishwashambhuvam Padmakosha Pratikashagum Hridayam Chapyado Mukham Adho Nishta Vidastam Tenabhyamuparitishtati Jwalamalakulam Bhati Vishwasyayatanam Mahat Santadagum Shilabhistulam Vatya Kosha Sannibham Tasyante Susharigum Sukshman Tasmin Sarvam Pratishthidam Tasya Madhye Mahanagsinir Vishwarchar Vishwato Mukhaha Sokra Bhukvi Bhajantishtanna Haramacharah Kavihi Chirya Godhvamadashayi Rashmayastasya Santata Santapayati Swam Dehamapatalamastakaha Tasya Madhyeva Nishikha Aniyodbha Vyavastitaha Neeladoyadamadhusva Dusjillekhena Bhasvara Nivarashukavattanvi Pitabha Satyanupamam Tasya Shikhaya Madhye Paramatma Vyavastitaha Sabhyam Sa Shiva Sa Hriste Dhrasto Ksharaparanasvarat Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Pashuman Bhavati Chandramava Apam Pushpam Pushpavan Prajavan Pashuman Bhavati Yevam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Agnirva Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yogner Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apova Agner Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Evam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Vayurva Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yobhayo Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apo Vaivayo Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Evam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Asayo Tapanna Pamayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yo Mushyatapata Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apova Ayushyatapata Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yevam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Chandramava Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yaschandramasa Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apo Vai Chandramasa Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yevam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Nakshatrani Va Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yo Nakshatranam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apo Vai Nakshatranam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yevam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Parjanyo Va Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Parjanyasyayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apo Vai Parjanyasyayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yevam Veda Yopam Ayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Samvatsaro Va Apam Ayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yat Samvatsarasyayatanam Veda Ayatanavan Bhavati Apo Vai Samvatsarasyayatanam Ayatanavan Bhavati Yevam Veda Yo Sunapam Pratishthitam Veda ह्येव तिष्ठति किं तद्विष्णोर्बलमाहुः का दीप्तिः किं परायणम् एको यद्दारयद्देवः रेचति रोदसी उभे वातात् विष्णोर्बलमाहुः शरादीप्तिरुच्यते तदाद्दारयद्देवः विष्णोरेकमुत्तमम् ॐ तत्ब्रह्मा ॐ तद्वायुः ॐ तदात्मा ॐ तत्सर्वम् ॐ तत्सर्वम् ॐ तत्पुरोर्नमः अन्तश्चरति भूतेषु गुहायां विश्वमूर्तिषु त्वं यस्त्वं षट्कारस्त्वं तत्त्वं तत्सत्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं ब्रह्मत्वं प्रजापतिः त्वं तदाप आपो ज्योतिरसोऽमृतं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्सुवरोम् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे चक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुखः प्रचोदयात् ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ
नमो सरस्वते ब्रह्मन् भास्वते विष्णुतेजसे जगत्से शुचे सविते कर्मदायिने येषो अर्घ्यः यं श्रीसूर्याय नमः
सूक्तम् ॐ ध्यातवेदसे सनपामसो ममराजियतो निदहातिवेदः सनः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वानयतु सिन्धुं दुरताच्चिह्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसितरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्ति भरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूश्च पृथिवी बहुलान उर्वी भवार्भोगाय तनयाय विष्णोः विश्वानिनो दुर्गहायादवेदस्सिन्नावागुदितादिवर्षि अग्ने त्रिवन्मनसा कृणानो अस्माकं बोधितातनूनां सहमानमुक्रमग्निकुम्भुवेम परमात्मस्तात् सनः स्पर्शदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामद्देवो अतिदुर्ताच्चग्निः रत्नोषकमीढ्योत्तरेषु सनाच्छ होता नव्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं विप्रयस्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभ्यर्जुष्टमैजो निषिद्धं शवेन्द्रविष्णोरं सञ्चरेम नागस्य पृष्ठमस्वसानो वैष्णवीं लोकैषमादयन्ताम् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम्
ओम अन्वेषदेव श्रीगुरवे नमः ओम अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वम तस्मै सुप्रणभागनिवेद्यं तस्मै सुप्रणभागनिवेद्यं तस्मै सुप्रणभागनिवेद्याय नमः फटे ओम यं द्रं वं ओम ऐं इदं सौगणनैवेद्यं तत्त्वदेवताय निवेदयामि ओम ऐं इदं सौगणनैवेद्यं श्रीगुरवे निवेदयामि ओम ऐं इदं परापरतं श्रीगुरवे नमः ओम ऐं मेषस्रन्दं पुष्पाञ्जलिः श्रीगुरवे नमः ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गुरुसदृशं सर्वभूतादिवासम् ओम सर्वं स्थूलतरं जगेन्द्रवदनं लम्बोदरं सुन्दरं पश्यन्त्यन्मध्यदलं सततं व्यानुवादितस्तं धातागादिविदारितारुद्रैः शोभाकरमुद्रेशेदं
So I'll do a 10-minute reading from this book called The Compassionate Mother, about Sri Sharada Devi. I'm reading from page 150. The chapter is called Mother. I repeatedly salute that goddess who resides in every living being as the Mother. The special ideal of the present age, which the Master kept before the world through his life, is to understand the cause of this universe to be the Mother, and to see that Mother in all beings. However, if this vision has to be spread among the common people, we need its anthropomorphic representation, which could be addressed by all as Mother, without the least hesitation. A mother in whose lap one could take refuge, and completely forget the tormenting miseries of this world, a lap which bestows fearlessness. Umesh Babu had asked the mother, after the passing away of the Master, you have been living in this world and ministering to the spiritual needs of the people. We have not heard of the spiritual consorts of other incarnations doing such a thing. In all those cases, it has been the followers of the incarnation that have taken care of spiritual ministration. What is the reason for this novelty? The mother replied, my son, don't you know that the master used to see Divine Mother in all beings? This time he has left me behind in order to teach the motherhood of God to the world. In her youth, while she stayed with her husband, the mother had implored him for a child. From this we can say that at that time the motherhood in her heart had become manifested. It began to grow as she kept rendering service to the master's devotees and disciples. After the master's passing away, though it gradually kept on growing, whether it attained its culmination or not is debatable. This was so because, in the absence of a worldly fetter, she used to fail to keep her mind on the physical plane in spite of her repeated attempts. However, by the providence of God, when she took upon herself the responsibility of raising Radu, it put an end to the absence of that fetter. As a result, from then onward, the remaining part of her line had become illuminated with the rays of the Divine Motherhood unheard of before. Thousands of her children, irrespective of their lineage or caste, have tasted of her divine love and have become satisfied. Even now they are becoming satisfied, and it will be so even in the future. Day and night, she prayed for the temporal and spiritual well-being of her children. In exchange of the minimum rest needed by her body, day after day, year after year, she cooked and fed her children, coming during regular as well as at all hours from distant places. Without any objection, she fulfilled their wishes, even when they were often seen to be the outcome of their imprudence. If she saw someone suffering from some incurable disease, without letting anyone know, she vicariously suffered for that person by taking over herself the person's sins. In this way, she made everyone her own in every sense and inspired all with her ideal life full of renunciation and forbearance. Furthermore, she gave them the refuge at the Guru's feet so that they could be freed from the grip of birth and death caused by ignorance, which was the root cause of all suffering. In short, in this way was manifested the motherhood of Sharada Devi in this world. From the mother's own statements, as well as from the experience of her close associates, we shall try to make the readers understand that there is not even a trace of exaggeration in the above description. In the process, if the character portrayal of this goddess in human form remains incomplete, if this motherly figure gets distorted or appears to be biased and defective, then, kind readers, please understand that it is solely due to the defect of our intellect rooted in pride, and also due to our miscomprehension and such other fallacies. And if this is not the case, it will not take much time for the readers to realize why many of her devoted children could overcome their sense of void caused by the absence of their earthly mothers when they got her as their mother. Why they poured out their heart's devotion and affection at her feet, thinking her to be the Divine Mother of the universe, the cosmic form of all the mothers, why they became to serve their earthly mothers with more devotion, seeing them to be the parts of the universal Divine Mother. And along with all this, they will also understand that in the history of the world, there is no other instance of such an embodiment of motherhood. She is, in fact, the mental image formed in the meditation of Sri Ramakrishna, who was the preacher of devotion to the Divine Mother. This image was formed so that the children who, under the evil influence of Kali Yuga, are bereft of devotion to motherhood, defiled by sins and tormented by the fires of worldliness, can get shelter in her lap, the lap which bestows fearlessness. After returning from Vrindavan, when the mother was staying at Mount Kukur, she sometimes used to become overwhelmed with sorrow, thinking that she has not given birth to a child. One day, the master appeared before her and said, "Why do you worry? You are aspiring for one son. I have left behind for you these jewels of sons. In course of time, there will be many who will address you as mother." From the master's foregoing remark, we can understand that she felt an extreme sense of anguish, During this period, she lived all alone with none to call her as mother. The following one incident would suffice to show how intense was her desire to become a mother and to hear someone address her as such. Once a few devoted children had come to Hut Jairambati from Shillong. The mother at that time had said to Aunt Banu, "May I have sons like this in every birth?" No doubt, those who had come near the mother had become the recipients of her special affection. Nevertheless, her characteristic motherhood never remained confined to a limited place or persons. None was deprived of the best wishes coming out of her motherly heart. Swami Tarakeshwaranta has written, on a particular occasion, the mother told a nationalist, "Among yourselves you may do as you wish, but they, the foreigners, too are my children, for sure." Once a devotee of Gachi invited her for the celebration of Lord Krishna's birthday. The mother too had agreed to go. However, when a few began to dilly-dally about going there, the mother said, "My dear, it is between you both that there is a dispute, but I am not their mother too." That day she did go to Kangurgachi. When Sri Gatak informed the mother about the end of the First World War, such sympathy and feeling found expressed on her face and talks, that it was as though she was intensely experiencing the suffering of the women who had lost their husbands and sons. Shashi Bhushan Ghosh had said, "I was slightly offended because the mother did not talk to me. Right then, she called me affectionately and made me sit near her and began to converse about matters relating to her village. Hearing about the pitiable state of the people and their miseries, her heart was filled with agony. It was from her that I learned to look upon every piece of artistic work to be the master's work." Yogesh Ghosh has written, "Mother asked me, 'Yes, my son, where is your house?' I replied, 'In East Bengal.' She again asked, 'This time, how is the harvest of paddy over there?' I said, 'It has not been good.' Then she said sorrowfully, 'I hear that in Punjab also the crops have failed, and similar is the case in some other places. Oh, Master, what will happen to the people?"
तस्मै ते परमेशान स्वागतं स्वागतं तदो अद्य सफलं जन्म जीवनं सफला क्रिया स्वागतं यत्मया कर्मे तपसंफलमगतम् ओम ऐं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप श्री राम स्वागतं सुस्वागतं ओम यद्भक्ति संपर्कान् परमानंद संप्रभा तस्मै ते परमेशान पाद्यं शुद्धाय कल्पये ओम ऐं एतत् पाद्यं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः ओम दुर्वाक्षर समायुक्तं दिव्यपत्रं तथा परं शोभनं शङ्खपात्रं दुराणाद्यं सुरेश्वर ओम ऐं ईश्वर्गे सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय स्वाहा
Mama, So we'll now sing an English song. What is the name of the song? I Have a Mother.
I'm the mother of the wicked, and the mother of the good. I'm the mother to those who know this truth, and to those who have misunderstood. Never fear you're in trouble, 'cause you're never really alone. Say to yourself, I have a mother, and you'll never be, never be, never be, never be far from home. Repent sincerely, pray, oh Lord, draw me towards you. Give me peace of mind, give me devotion. By doing so constantly, no doubt you will find you gradually attain peace of mind. I'm the mother of the wicked, and the mother of the good. I'm the mother to those who knows this truth, and to those who have misunderstood. Never fear you're in trouble, 'cause you're never really alone. Say to yourself, I have a mother, and you'll never be, never be, never be, never be far from home. Pray to God with tears in your eyes, and you remain calm amidst the trials of life. I tell you one thing, if you want peace of mind, don't find fault with others, rather look inside and see your own faults. No one's a stranger, my child, the whole world is your home. No one's a stranger, my child, the whole world is your home. No one's a stranger, my child, the whole world is your home. I'm the mother of the wicked, and the mother of the good. I'm the mother to those who knows this truth, and to those who have misunderstood. Never fear you're in trouble, 'cause you're never really alone. Say to yourself, I have a mother, and you'll never be, never be, never be, never be far from home.
That was and with Shurangi. That was beautifully sung, Shurangi. We'll do hymn 10 now, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu.
Could you repeat the hymn?
Hymn number 10.
It's hymn 66 in the new book, Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu.
66 in the new
In the
book.
new book.
In the new book, but the old one is.
Hymn 10.
Again, you're missing. Shade a soft copy, is it? The Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu. That you have to do.
In the group.
Put in the group. That's what I think. ओम समस्त देव देवेश सर्वदुःखिकरं परम अखंडानंद संपूर्णं ग्रहणाजलमुत्तमम् ओम ऐं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः इदं पानादकं श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः।
Actually, we follow the one that's in the previous chat group and also in the Kalpataru group.
Om Aim Idam Purachanagadam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa Shri Ramakrishna Yisvata.
नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवये सततं नमः नमः प्रकृते भद्रायै नियतप्रणतस्मता रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै भद्रै नमो नमः ज्योत्स्नायै चन्द्ररूपिण्यै सुखयै सततं नमः कल्याण्यै प्रणतं विद्यायै सिद्ध्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः नैऋत्यायै भूभृतं लक्ष्म्यै शर्वण्यै ते नमो नमः दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै शरयै सर्वकारिण्यै व्याद्यायै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रयै सततं नमः अतिसौम्यायै नतस्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु रूपेण संस्थिता या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शक्तिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनान्यभिभूयते नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दिव्यरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शिवरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छायारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कृष्णरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु गद्यरूपेण संस्थिता
नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सिद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु स्मृतिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तुष्टिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भ्रान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भूतानां च या भूतेषु सततं तस्यै व्याप्तिदेव्यै नमो नमः श्रीरूपेण या कृष्णमेता व्यापस्थिता जगत् नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो
सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि ओम जलम शीतलं स्वच्छम् इदं शुद्धं मनोहरं स्नानार्थं ते मया मध्य कल्पितं प्रगुणितम् ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदं स्नानयोदकं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी नमः ओम सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सर्वभारतभूमिं विश्वतो ऋत्वा अत्यतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलम् ओम अग्निमेळे पुरोहितं यज्ञस्य देवं ऋत्विजं होतारं सदातरम् ओम ईशे पूजेता वायुवः पूजेत सविता पापगेता केतमया कर्मिणे ओम अग्नाये विहानं गुणसुसम् ओम तन्नो देवीरभीषयातु ओम संयोगं पुनः ओम शारदाय विद्महे श्रीमाताय धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात् ओम ऐं इदं स्नानयोदकं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी नमः ओम तंतु संतान सन्नंदं प्रयुक्तं भागवतुना महादेवी मदप्रीतं वासस्ते तत्परिध्यताम् ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदं वस्त्रं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि ओम इदम् आभरणं देवीं अङ्गलन्दं मनोहरं मया निवेदितं तस्य गुह्यतां परमेश्वरी ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदम् आभरणं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि। ओम शिरोभूषण सिंदूरम भक्तुरायुर्वर्धनम सर्वरत्नादिकं दिव्यं सिंदूरं ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदं सिंदूरं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि। ओम पादयोशोभनं दिव्यम् अलक्तं सुमनोहरं मया निवेदितं भक्त्या स्थानं देहि पदाम्बुजे। ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदम् अलक्तं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि। ओम अंजनं परमं दिव्यं नेत्रयोर्भूषणं महतो गृहाणवरदे देवी प्रसीद वरवर्णिनी। ओम ऐं ह्रीं इदं कज्जलं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्री शारदा देवी निवेदयामि। ओम परमानंद सौरभ्या परिपूर्ण दिगंतरं गृहाण परमं गंधं कृपया परमेश्वरी। ओम ऐं ह्रीं एषगंध सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिण्यै श्री शारदा देवी नमः।
29.
You have it in the old book and it has been shared in the EBS chat and also on the Kalpataru group.
Vedanta
स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी नमः ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिणी श्री शारदा देवी नमः Dear devotees, we are almost at the end of the program now. Today we have got a honorable guest, our chief guest, our Rutgarji. I think most of you know Rutgarji because the John Carter School in the Ireland, every one of us we know they are famous for the, especially the children, so beautifully, so nicely. They sing Sanskrit hymns and Vedic hymns, and he's running the John Carter School. And the children from the John Carter School, if you know, for Sri Ramakrishna Jayanti especially, the children they come and they sing Vedic mantras or Sanskrit mantras. And our annual day, previous year and this year when we had a Gita chanting competition, they were also pioneers in the Gita competition. All the credit goes to our Rutgarji, and he's also Padma Shri awardee because of for spreading the Sanskrit in Ireland. So before requesting him to talk, as we know, recently our headquarters took a one policy decision because one or two centers in India as well as in foreign, our centers were hacked. Our centers' websites were hacked. As a result, they took a policy decision that all our websites and emails will be based in the platform called Zoho. So only we should use that so that hacking can be reduced. So they have the with the Zoho company MOU. As a result, recently from Wix.com we have shifted our website also to the Zoho platform for a month or so. One more monk and myself, we worked hard for this shifting and revamping the website. So may I request today our Rutgarji to officially announce and launch our website, and also I request on behalf of all the devotees to address our devotees. And also devotees also, I request all of you, whenever you get a time, you can looking into the new website. Yeah. Sorry,
Where should I stand? Here?
whichever is comfortable, always fine.
We in John's First School we always start with each class with Om Paramatmane Namaha Vatsa. So I do the same here. I will start with a Shanti mantra. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakranashchakshushrotramato Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Aham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakara Namastu Anirakara Namestu Tada Atmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mai Santu Te Mai Santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I will just say the same in English. May my limbs, speech, vital force, strength, eyes and ears, and all the senses develop fully. Everything in the Upanishads reveals Brahman. May I never reject Brahman. May Brahman never reject me. May there be no separation. May I not be separate. While I am absorbed in the self, may these virtues in the Upanishads live in me. May they live in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Well, it's a great privilege to share my thoughts with you today. This great society, the Éire Vedanta Society. And it's on the first day of this new year, on this calendar we're using at the moment, and which is it is really an achievement that we have travelled another year around the universe, around the sun. And I think it's really nothing short but a miracle, because we're going through space on a spaceship which is designed better than any spaceship that we ever tried to make, even to go to the moon. It's going like 1,000 times faster than an aeroplane. Then the engineers involved, we don't really know who they are, but they're amazing. And they are, and then there's an amazing complete system behind all that. There's a sun, our star, which is giving us heat, light and life, and we have to do nothing for it. It's like the first nuclear power station that was ever invented, so extraordinary. And all this is going flawlessly. When we're trying to replicate anything as human beings, it doesn't always go so well. And we don't always use it to such good use. We may use these things and they may be there for harm rather than for good. So that's just, if we have this tendency to make a New Year's resolution, and I think our resolution should be one of gratitude, just to be grateful that we are here, that we have all this provided without us lifting a finger. There was, it would be lovely to say that this is, this New Year starts with peace, but unfortunately it does not. There's a lot of wars going on right now around the globe. Like, think of Ukraine, Palestine, Syria, Somalia, the Middle East, Haiti, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Yemen. There are just wars going on everywhere, and which is really a sad thing, because all we are really striving for is peace, and all we are chanting all day long is shanti, shanti, shanti. But somehow there is a struggle, really a struggle. According to the Vedas and the Puranas, they tell us that the struggle is between the Daivi Sampati and the Asuri Sampati, so the divine and the godly forces. And so this will never end. But if the balance is tipped over on the Asuri Sampati side, we will experience more hardship and more suffering, more war. So when the Second World War was over, Gurudev was asked by some people, Gurudev's the teacher of the Shankaracharya that we used to follow, and he answered them and he said, well look, you haven't really gained world peace, because all you have done is, we've all had to resort to violence to get less violence. This is not really the way to get peace. The peace depends on your inner peace. So unless there is peace within us, there can't be peace outside. And so he talked about the inner hexagon. He said that our inner hexagon needs to be defeated. So I find this extraordinarily helpful. So the question is, what is this inner hexagon? Well, it is made up of six things: ambition, anger, greed, false attachment, vanity, and jealousy. So unless we conquer those forces within us, we will experience a lot of hardship outside of us and in the world around us. And if the whole world took on these six to conquer them, then there cannot be any external enemy. So if we want to enjoy peace and happiness through victory over our enemies, we should remove the subtle hexagon living in us first. So uprooting our enemies is only possible by breaking this hexagon of ambition, anger, greed, false attachment, vanity, and jealousy. According to Gurudev, it's not too difficult to conquer this hexagon, but people take it to be impossible without really considering properly why it's impossible. Most of us think that only a perfected sage can do such a thing. And those who have renounced worldly concerns, they're the only ones who can defeat their inner hexagon. But this is belief, according to Gurudev, based on complete ignorance. So a victor over the hexagon is one who maintains his worldly responsibilities. So we can be householders, but it does not be allowed to be ruled by these tendencies. So these tendencies, we can conquer them. In order, that's what he's saying. So if we want to be unbiased and see properly, see things as they are, then we would be unbiased. But unfortunately, there is no difference in what a thing is and how we see it if we're unbiased and if we are seeing things as they are, if they're true philosophy principles. Our outlook will be completely balanced. But if the world is unreal, and we take it to be real, then we have a biased view. If we do not, if we think of the things that are not lasting to be lasting, then we are biased. If we think Brahman is not real, and if we take other things to be real, then we, up to that stage, our inner hexagon will have a lot of power over us. So when we are convinced of the unreality of the world and the never-ending Atman, then we become unbiased. So then we see things as they are. So what is meant by saying that the world is unreal? It means that it can only exist as it looks just for the time being. So all the time everything is changing, and but there is one unchanging reality, and that reality we should learn to depend on that. So if we see things perishing all the time around us, and we're going to miss a lot of things after a little while because they won't be there anymore. So unless we learn to cope with that, then we're going to suffer. Everyone sees clearly how many go on being born and how many go on dying constantly before our eyes. This is what we call an ever-changing world. We see all this going on, but we do not really think about it enough. Once we have taken to heart through the process of reasoning and deep thought what the Upanishads are saying, we are competent to win over our inner hexagon. When we are convinced of the changing nature of the entire world, we cannot be susceptible to greed or attachment or anything. We will know that the object of our greed and attachment today will be another greed and attachment the next day. Conscious of this disappointment, desires and attachments will not germinate in our minds. So then there is no room for jealousy. We are no longer vain about our so-called greatness, learning, or wealth. When greed, attachment, vanity, and jealousy disappear, there is no cause left for anger. It goes away automatically. Our desires are reduced as we turn to the unchanging Brahman, with the result that now our worldly actions are dictated by a sense of duty rather than by passion. So rather than being people who are run by passion, we'll think of duty first. Our behavior automatically becomes proper and we live in a world without getting drawn in, just like a lotus leaf does not get wet, although it's very close to water. With this attitude firmly established, we will have no external enemies. No one could disturb the kingdom of our peace, one we have created. We shall be impartial and dispassionate. We alone can carry the world towards the goal of lasting peace and happiness. So, therefore, a victory over our inner hexagon is the highest form of victory. To this end, we should direct our efforts. And I would like to finish chanting just Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Mritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead me from the unreal to the real, lead me from darkness to light, lead me from death to immortality. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Thank you.
Thank you.
guest, Mr. Rutka, Swami Shantibratananda, all devotees and friends, and others, if there are any. Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishna Jagatgurum Parapadme Tayo Sutva Pranamami Maho Maho. Mother Sharada Devi, Krishna, spiritual teacher of the world, taking refuge in both of your lotus feet, we bow down to you again and again. So, first of all, Happy New Year to all of you. Aflin foi, Vasha Jiv. I'll probably be shot for mispronouncing it. So that it is. So I just say a few words. Firstly, thank you so much for this, your enlightening words. Thank you so much for your beautiful puja as always. The new year, traditionally, well, most of the people worldwide, it's a new year. Of course, culturally, for some people, new year happened before. But new year, we typically make a resolution. And as we know, before starting a puja, resolution has to be made, be resolved. So what is a New Year resolution? It is a promise, probably unrealistic promise we make to ourselves that we forget about after 2 weeks. That's the definition, normally speaking. But you see, without a firm resolve, then nothing really happens. And resolve gives us the motivation to do things. Determination is a necessary component. Determination, dedication. Our own Sister Nivedita is called the dedicated one. And so if we are to make a resolution, it will really be to take the models that we have seen, namely that of Ramakrishna and Holy Monk. Of course, other models are there before us. 2,000 years ago, Jesus was a model, 2,500 years ago, and so on. And there are many saints who act as models. Your Gurudev is a model. All of these are models. It's all very well having a model though, but let's try to understand it. I think earlier you understood the events of Kalpataru Day today. And I think it's a misunderstanding because you see, all our resolves, all our intentions, they all get materialized. How so? Because we have something called the cosmic mind, otherwise called the personal God. And every thought that you make agitates this mind, and this mind will produce a DHL assignment that you ordered. Whether you like it or not, you can't say, I never ordered this, you ordered it. And so, if we are truly to say this is a wish-fulfilling event, generally speaking, what we want. So, we have an ideal, for example, of peace. I think on the United Nations Peace Day, I made a statement at an international conference because the question was, who wants peace? Everyone wants peace. And I said, actually, nobody wants peace. Only a select few. You can test it out yourself in your domestic environment, or your work environment, or your national environment, social environment. And of course, many wars are taking place, as you mentioned today. And what is it? It is because nobody followed this model. And the model arises only from one thing, and that is the unity of existence. What we call Atman. That Atman and Brahman, our highest understanding, are one and the same, a unity of existence. That mobilizes united action. You mentioned the Second World War. First World War, something remarkable happened. Very temporary. Human nature at its best shone through. In the midst of war. Let me tell you why. First World War began in August 1914. Nobody expected it to go beyond a few months. December, Christmas Eve, there was 2 trenches. From the German trench, some singing, Silent Night in German. We sing it here on Christmas Eve also. and some lights indicating Christmas. From the English trench, they also started joining in with English Christmas carols. And before you know it, one person comes out of the trench, another person comes out of the trench. They shake hands and they embrace each other. They share family photos. They share provisions. And they even play a football match. This happened line after line, trench after trench. Previously, they were shooting each other, killing each other in the mud and the dirt. And now human nature at its best shines through on the basis of the unity of humanity and empathy that I know what you're going through. And the source of that empathy really is this divinity within you. And this divinity was shown on Kalpataru Day. It wasn't wish fulfilling. It was a kind of transfiguration. It was a sharing of a light. It was the grace, marking us between two eras probably, of Kali Yuga and Satya Yuga. A new age. It doesn't look like it. But when the cosmic balancing power comes, it lasts for several thousands of years. From age to age, says the Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hidanasya, you know that? From age to age, I come. Not just 10 times or so on, these are the ones, but whenever there is a need, this cosmic balancing power comes and transforms. And there's Ramakrishna with a small change of medication coming out, asking a question, similar to what Jesus asked Peter, what do you think of me? Similar to that. Oh, Vyasa could never describe you, Valmiki could never describe you. In other words, you're greater than Rama and Krishna. And with that, a bhava takes place. And the one who was sensitive to touch starts touching. Transformations, described earlier. And that was not just in a small garden house with 30 devotees. That is a message, because we're celebrating it here in Ireland. There's a message going around the whole world. That there's a possibility for a transformation, a guiding light that can inspire us to change our resolution and start a new resolution and take it seriously. And the only way we can take it is to be convinced of this unity that we are talking about. And this unity comes in the form and comes in a formless variety as well. Our chosen ideal typically, something that is not just inspiring, but an entity we can talk to, we can pray to, we can listen to, we can embrace, some presence that never leaves us. What a wonderful thing. And so, we should resolve today to make that transformation ourselves. And then the Holy Mother, who was also there at Kashipur Garden House. And don't forget, on December 23rd, Ramakrishna touched the chest of a man whose life was transformed, a friend of Girish Chandra Ghosh. Even then he touched, by a mere touch, by a mere look. Imagine if we had that. We do have that potency, where we encounter a stranger and have the capacity to transform their eyes into shining eyes and their mouths into smiles. Why shouldn't we do it? Everybody gains. And as you say, we have to transform, make this transformation here locally. Then we'd be serious about peace. Then we can say, yes, we want peace. Because if we truly wanted peace, there would be no wars. There'd be no selfishness. There'd be no domestic quarrels. None of these would occur. And this kind of attitude is summed up. Holy Mother said, you see, remember, I am a mother. You all will always have a mother. This is tremendously comforting. When we remember this constantly, yes, I don't have to worry. I can put anxiety away because I always have a mother. I always have somebody who can offer me motherly love, who I can talk to and who will listen to me and who will respond in the quiet cave of the soul, if you will, in the mystic area where I can keep completely quiet and listen to the voice of motherly love and wisdom. So the basis of human compassion is the sense of equality. And this sense of equality comes where the Divine Mother, as she is, as is no doubt registered by devotees. Even if we don't register it, still we can see in the life of Holy Mother the holy motherliness that comes, where she's prepared to cook for you, prepared to wipe your tears if necessary, where she stands on the edge of her country home before you leave, with tears in her eyes. Please come back. I'm sorry you're leaving. Such a mother we can never experience in our own domestic environment. Even though we experience the motherness there, we could never ever compare with that motherly heart which was there. And so, of course, we're also celebrating Holy Mother's birthday in a public way, where actual Titi Puja will be, of course, on Wednesday. But for convenience, we combine it here, wonderful. And what a wonderful thing then to combine these two events. So I thank you for your attendance and to listening to these few words. And I trust and hope that your coming year will be prosperous, will be full of abundance, but above all, will be in the constant divine presence, tuning yourself in constantly and accessing the inner joy and bliss which is already there. Thank you.
Dear devotees, now water will be sprinkled on you. Just wash your hands. Don't drink it. It is not a tirtham. So afterwards, Pushpanjali will be given. Then we'll have an arati. Then take some plate. Okay, whomever you can water
Has everyone got flowers?
Everybody got flowers.
Have you got flowers?
Christian mantra. Om Aim Hreem Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Saparshadaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupinni Shri Sharada Devyai Vaushat. Om Aim Hreem Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Saparshadaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupinni Shri Sharada Devyai Vaushat. Om Aim Hreem Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Sangaya Savarnaya Sashaktikaya Saparshadaya Sarvadeva Devi Swarupinni Shri Sharada Devyai Vaushat. Pranama mantra. Janani Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Tayoshitva Pranamami Muhurmuhu.
Please pass it on here.
Wait, don't you? Wait for a few more minutes. If you can just wait. Come here.
Need a passport? Anyone here?
So you can take your seats. We'll have a arati now. Afterwards, we'll have prasad.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mother. Happy birthday to you. She is the one who
Yes, everyone hold the hands, one by one, like.
Everybody wants to come.
Small plate.